let's talk about all the different printing methods and the difference between letterpress, embossing, digital, foil, all of those terms, and take a look at some examples. So this is an example of letterpress with the blue text here. You can see it's indented a little bit into the paper, that nice like pillowy texture. And then up at the top here, you have a blind emboss, it's called. The reason it's called a blind emboss is because there's no ink used here, and it's raised. So embossing is raised, and then debossing is pressed into the paper this way. So you can actually see on the back of this one, that's what it would look like if it was debossed. That's the back side. And so it's pressed into the paper. So letterpress is with ink into the paper. You can do a blind letterpress or a blind debossing. And then this is blind embossing because it's raised up at the top. Here's an example of blind debossing compared with letterpress. So you have the border here is a blind deboss, and this flower pattern here is also a blind deboss. And then the text itself, it has ink and it's letterpress, and you can see that sort of indentation, that pillowy texture. Here's an example of digital printing. So you see the digital printing on the back, it's full color. And then this is digital printing combined with letterpress for the ink. So you can see one has a texture, one's indented in the paper, and the other one's just flat. So sometimes you call it digital printing, sometimes you call it flat printing. All of these designs are from our partners at Bella Figura. Any of their semi-custom invitations we have available for couples. And if you check out my semi-custom Luxe collection, a lot of those are featuring Bella Figura designs. Here's an example of flat printing combined with foil. So the foil is shiny. You can have it in gold, silver, different colors. We have holographic. There's a full range of colors, but it gives it that, metallic shine. It's gold here. It does have a little bit of an indentation into the paper, but not as much as letterpress. And this is on a textured watercolor paper. So you can see that you can do foil on textured